Hi everybody, welcome to my channel. My name's Teresa and I'm so excited to do this video. So I'm sure as you can tell by the title and the thumbnail, I created my own TBR game and I'm so excited. I have been working on this for probably like 4 months now, and I was gonna bring it out next month or last month, but I was thinking about it. I was like, you know what? Jurassic World, the new Jurassic World comes out this month on the 10th, which I mean, hence my Jurassic Park swag and my little dinosaur necklace. I know it doesn't match, but I don't really care. I am obsessed with Jurassic Park, Jurassic World, the fandom. It's one of my favorite fandoms to ever exist. I love dinosaurs. When I was a child, like kindergarten through probably 3rd grade, which would be about ages 5 to 7 to 8, I wanted to be a paleontologist. And I was like, I knew all the dinosaurs. I was obsessed with dinosaurs. I used to have an imaginary dinosaur pet in the backyard, which was our tree. I used to pretend it was a dinosaur. I was little, okay? I don't believe that anymore. So yeah, I thought what better way to honor Jurassic World domination than to bring out my brand new Jurassic World, or Jurassic Park, Jurassic World, whatever, inspired TBR game this month. I have been trying for a while to come up with a TBR game, and I did think of other games that I was like, oh, maybe like Clue, or maybe, you know, like Sorry or something. But I have seen other people do that, and there's nothing wrong with like more than one person doing the same type of game. Like, that's totally fine. But I was really hoping to kind of come up with something unique to me and to my channel. And I saw, who was it? I can't remember their name. I will put their information, put the picture here and information down below. Do a Skyrim inspired game. And that really got me thinking. And I was like, oh my gosh, I could do a Jurassic World, a Jurassic Park inspired game. And that is when Jurassic TBR was born. And so here we have my board. Check it out, guys. Like I said, this took me a couple months to create this, finding the images, putting it together, figuring out how I wanted it, coming up with the prompts and all of the things. And it's finally done, and I'm finally ready to show you all, and I'm so excited. So here we have our Jurassic TBR. Basically how it works. Actually, let me show you the board before I talk about how it works. So down here we have the key. So we have different colored footprints, and each one means a different type of book or genre or thing that I do. So for black, we have a thriller. That's one of my favorite genres. I am a huge mood reader, by the way, so I left it kind of open to myself to be able to mood read throughout the month. I just kind of have a little bit more direction of where I'm going. So black is thriller. Red is a Jurassic TBR card, which is one of these guys. Basically, what these are is characters. So I will have a dinosaur character. So we have Delta, which is to read a spooky book. And then I'll have specific dinosaurs, like the raptors that have names, and then other ones are just dinosaurs. Like I just have like pterodactyl or stegosaurus. And then I also have characters from the movies. And this is, I can't tell if you guys can see that. The light is super bright on me, so sorry if you're not able to see that correctly. This is Barry Sabine, and it is read a book with BIPOC rep. Basically, what the Jurassic TBR cards are is the type of book that I'm going to be reading. So I could have BIPOC rep, or I have a spooky book. Let's keep going. So next we have green. Green is, as you can see here, is my Mr. TBR card. So we have Mr. DNA from the movie. I just turned him into Mr. TBR. What these cards are how I pick my book. So it's not what type of book I'm reading, it's how I'm picking my book. So for example, here I have this one, Pin the Tail. Now, I do have a few of like my favorite booktubers TBR games immersed in here. So this one is Spoopy Hall. This is her Pin the Tail on the TBR card game. Basically what I'm going to be doing is either doing one round of the game for myself to pick the book that goes with this, or I will be using a prompt that they had on there. So for this one, I will have to basically play her game for one round, but other ones, it'll be like me just picking a prompt from their game and applying it to me in a book that I want to read. I also have just regular ones, like we have continuous series. And then I have some special cards, which are like this one, Hold On to Your Butts. And this is a boyfriend pick because I thought that was kind of funny. Basically, they are sayings or things that happened within the movie that are kind of iconic. So then we have life Finds a Way, which is a TBR vet. And I have a couple other ones like that. The catch with these cards, if I pull one of these cards, I basically have to add another round to my game. And so what I decided to do was just, if I happen to land or pull one of these, I have to pull another card from the same pile. So I would pull, say I pull this one, I have to do a book for this. And then before I can move forward, I have to pull another card. So say we got continuous series, then I would have 2 cards per that one round. And then I can roll again and move forward. That's kind of how I'm going to play it. As far as the Jurassic TBR cards, I do have this as well. You will see on some of my cards down here in the corner is little slash marks or claw marks. And basically, if I draw a card with that, I have to do the same thing. Instead of moving forward, I have to draw another card from the Jurassic TBR card and read 2 books for that one roll. And this one is Mosasaurus, which is read a book about mythology. So that explains my cards. Now let's continue along the board and finish telling you about the colors. So next we have yellow, which is fantasy. So thrillers and fantasies are my 2 favorite genres. That's why I put them on here. So again, that gives me a really open interpretation. I can pick whatever I want for those within those 2 genres, because that's probably what I'm going to be reading during the month anyways. And then last we have white, which white is my owned TBR. So if I land on a white one, I have to pick a book from my own TBR because I have too many. The way this is going to work is I am either going to, well, most likely what I would like to do is I have all of my own TBR books on a spreadsheet, and I will use a random number generator to pick the book that I'm going to read. That is what I plan on doing for most of the time. If for whatever reason I'm having a month where I'm just really not feeling it and I'm like really either want to read a very specific book or I'm very much in a mood read or reading slump kind of thing, I will just go ahead and pick off my own TBR without having it pick for me. That's just kind of a way that I can keep up with this game and keep up with my TBR and not fail, because I'm really bad with TBRs because I am such a mood reader. So that is kind of a way that I'm going to kind of work it so that I can make it work for me. And basically how I'm going to play the game is I'm going to start here. So this is the starting spot, and then I'm going to roll 1 through 6 and then just move along the board as per number. So basically the way it goes, sorry, this is popping up, I glue that back down, is we start here, we go along this way, we go up this way and through and around, and you keep following the board, following the footprints all the way up until we hit the helipad. And when we hit the helipad, we won the game, we escaped Jurassic Park, we're good to go. So what's gonna happen is I roll, I get there, whatever. There is a rule though for at the very end of the game. So I have my little character here that I'm going to be using as my token. It is Dr. Ellie Sattler. This is actually from a vintage Jurassic Park game, like a 1998 or 1993 game whenever Jurassic Park came out. I found this on Etsy. Someone had just bits and pieces. So Ellie Sattler is going to be coming along with me to escape Jurassic Park or Jurassic TBR. So say we're going along and say I end up here on a black. That means I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 spaces to get to the end. What needs to happen is I have to roll the exact number to get here. So say I'm here, I have to roll a 5 to be able to win. Say I roll a 4, okay, and that's only 4 spaces. What I have to do then is instead of moving forward, I have to move backwards the amount of spaces that are on that. So say I roll a 4, that means I have to go 1, 2, 3, 4 spaces back, land on a thriller. This is what I'd be reading. I'm only gonna do that one time though. So once I go back, then I can move forward again. And it doesn't matter what number I get, I just have to get a number to here. So say I get to here and I roll a 6, then I'm good to go. I can win. I'm not going to make it so I have to get the exact number every single time, because I could be here for hours trying to do that, and I'm not doing that to myself. So just to add a little bit of extra fun to the game, first time around I have to get the exact number, second time around we just go and we play. So yeah, that's it. That's basically my game. Those are the rules. I am not going to have any punishments for myself, at least not right away. Like I said, I'm a huge mood reader. I also suffer from pretty severe chronic illness, and so I'm not always able to read like I'd like to. So I'm giving myself some grace in this. Right now, no punishments if I don't finish my books. This is just kind of a fun way for me to pick my TBR and enjoy and have fun. And yeah, so this is my game, Jurassic TBR. Like I said, I am so excited to bring this to you guys. It has been in the works for months now, and I can't wait to play it. I'm so excited to share this with you. This is a labor of love for sure. And oh, I was gonna explain the board. So basically, in the background here, we have the island of Isla Nublar, which is the original island that Jurassic Park took place on. We also have some of the iconic species here. So we have a velociraptor down here, a triceratops here, Gallimimus here, Dilophosaurus here, Tyrannosaurus Rex here, and of course, my absolute favorite, Brachiosaurus. Oh, also, I have, where'd he go? Up here, we have a little itty bitty Compy. If you guys have seen the movies, you will know what these dinosaurs are and how they play a part in the story. Okay, that's the game. That's how you play. That's some of the cards. I'm super excited for this, you guys. So let's go ahead and go and play the game. All right, let's do our very first roll of our very first round of my Jurassic TBR game. 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. That is a white, which is my owned TBR. Rule number 1, we got a 4, which landed me on my owned TBR. So I'm gonna insert a clip here of me, a screen recording of me picking my book. Okay, I have my list of all of my own books. I might need to update this. I'm not 100% sure. I think I took books off that I didn't have anymore and added new ones. So as of right now, I have 253 books on the list. Let's go ahead and get our random number generator going. So we have 253 books and generate. 126. So let's go find out what book number that is. All right, 126 is Paranormalcy. Oh, you know what? I think I got rid of this one. I think I unhauled it. I can't remember if I unhauled this or not. So if I did, you'll see me back here in a second doing a second round of picking a number. If not, you'll see me talking about this book. All right, so let's go ahead and generate another number. 107. Sorry for the dog barking in the background, okay? 107 is Civil War Secret Agent, Time Machine number 5. The Time Machine, actually this is called Civil War Secret Agent. This is part of the Time Machine series. Who is this even by? By Steve Perry. This is book number 5 in the Time Machine series. It's a choose your own adventure book. And let's see, this book is a time machine, travel back 125 years and join the Underground Railroad. I'm sure it's a lot longer than that now. But if you guys have never seen these books, these are so much fun. I used to be obsessed with these when I was a kid. My best friend growing up had like a whole bunch of them. We'd always play with them. So basically what it is you start out your book and it has like a story and you start your story. And as you go, you are able to make, and it's got like illustrations. It's a children's book. You're able to make decisions on where you, like what you would choose if you were in this situation and what you think the characters should do. And so you can see here, there are 2 options. You could either, in this case, jump to Philadelphia, you turn to page 10, or jump to Dorchester County, or turn to page 12, and then you go and find, so say we went to page 12. Okay, now we're here. And then our only option here is to jump or turn to page 1. So we go back to page 1, read it again, and then now we have to go to page 10. So we'll go to page 10, and then we have more story and 2 other options. So that's kind of the idea. You're constantly going back and forth and completing your own story. So yeah, I think I'm probably going to read through it once for sure. I might read through it a couple times depending on how I'm feeling and kind of change up the story a little bit and see where it goes. That is what is so much fun about these books is you can read them like a ton of times and you have different choices every time and the story is a little bit different each time. So I'm actually really, really excited to read this one. I don't think I ever did this one when I was a kid. So I'm actually really excited for this. Well, number 2. Another 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Black, which that is a thriller. Rule number 2, we landed on The Black Footprint, which is a thriller. So the book I'm choosing to read for my thriller prompt is The Paris Apartment by Lucy Foley. I got this checked out on audiobook from the libraries on my Libby app. I just recently got it, and I think it's been, yeah, this book was definitely on my most anticipated of the year list. I have not read any of Lucy Foley's books yet. I have heard mixed reviews about this one though, so I'm kind of definitely gonna kind of hold my reservation, like going into it and seeing like whether or not I like it. I have no idea. I'm gonna leave myself open to knowing that I could love it, I could hate it. I don't know. Roll number 3 is a 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Another black, another thriller. Roll number 3, we got a 6, and that landed us on thriller again. So for this prompt, I'm choosing My Summer Darlings by Meg Hobb. This is the author of The Hunting Wives. I recently received this actually like 2 days ago. I got this book in a Goodreads giveaway and I was super excited about it. I am vibing this color. Like normally this is not at all my color scheme, but there's just something so fun about this, and like the fact that it's a thriller and this is the color of the cover just is fascinating to me. And it's a pretty red hardback. So yeah, I'm really excited. I'm excited for this book. It's a thriller that takes place in the summertime, which of course I'm like, okay, it's summer. I need to read this book in the summer. And since it is June, it's coming into the warmer months. We've had a couple warm days here. It's rainy today, but we've had a couple warm days. So I'm really excited to read this. And I'm just going to read like a little blurb. And this is literally all I know about the book. All I want to know about the book. 3 lifelong friends plus a dangerous, sexy new stranger in town add up to a scorching summer of manipulation, obsession, and murder from the acclaimed author of The Hunting Wives. That just sounds super fun to me. I really like thrillers that have to do with like friend groups and kind of like toxic friend groups, I'm assuming anyways. And then you have a random sexy stranger, and then there's murder and obsession, and it just sounds really fun. Like it just sounds like a really fun summer thriller. I know The Hunting Wives got mixed reviews, so I don't know how I'm gonna feel about it. I'll read this one, see what I think, and then hopefully I like it, and I'll pick up The Hunting Wives at some point to read that as well. All right, roll number 4 is 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We got Yellow, which is a fantasy. Roll number 4, we landed on A Yellow Footprint, which is a fantasy. So actually I've already read this. I'm just gonna add it on here because like it's the 3rd, I believe. It's either the 3rd or the 4th today. Honestly, I can't quite remember. I think it's the 3rd, but I actually read it yesterday. So since I did read it in the month of June, I am counting it. So it's my game, my rules. I can do what I want. I read Come Tumbling Down by Seanan McGuire. This was book 5, I think. Yeah, I think book 5 in the Wayward Children series. I've been really enjoying this series quite a lot. So yeah, this one, I gave it like a 4-star, I think. Yeah, 4-star. So it was good. So that was my fantasy. So I already got that one checked off. At least I can say that if I don't read any other books, at least I read one, and I did part of my TBR this month. Roll number 6 is a 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Red, we have our first Jurassic TBR card. All right, and the card is Dr. Sarah Harding. Read a book with nature on the cover. Okay, we landed on our very first Jurassic TBR card. This is so exciting. Like I had a blast making these. And that was Dr. Sarah Harding, Read a Book with Nature on the Cover. And so the book I'm choosing to read for this prompt is The Kaiju Society or Preservation Society by John Scalzi. I was actually supposed to read this last month for Desertathon. Didn't, obviously, but as you can see, there is quite a lot of nature on the spine here. This book, I do actually need to read this like pretty much today because it is due at the library. This one sounds fascinating, and of course it's Jurassic Park, Jurassic World month, so this one I think fits in perfectly because this is about a woman who during the pandemic, she's like a food delivery driver, like say she works for like Uber Eats or DoorDash or something like that. Well, she delivers to an old acquaintance and he basically invites her along on this expedition that he's doing. He works at an animal rights organization, and so he kind of like asked her to come along to help out, and she's like, heck yes, I want to get out of here. But what he doesn't tell her is this preservation society, whatever, this place they're going to is actually not in our dimension. It's in a completely different dimension. and the animals there are these dinosaur-like creatures called kaijus. So when I heard that synopsis, I was like, oh my gosh, yes, I'm totally stoked to read this. It's gonna deal with like dinosaur-like creatures, animal preservation, like animal rights stuff, bad people trying to ruin everything, and all that. So I'm really excited. It's a pretty short book. I'm hopefully gonna be reading this one today, if not tomorrow, and getting it done soon. I was so excited when I got this prompt because I was like, yeah, I can fit this book on my TBR because I was gonna read it anyways. So now that I can fit it, I'm like super happy. Roll number 7 is a 1, which is black, and that is another thriller. You guys, this is kind of ridiculous. So I got another thriller prompt, and this one I am choosing I Killed Zoe Spanos by Kit Frick. This was a most anticipated release of mine from 2020. I think it was 2020, and I never got around to reading it. So I figured I'll put it on now. It's kind of like a mystery thriller. It's a YA mystery thriller, but I really wanted to read it, and I have it on audiobook. So I was like, I'll just throw this in here because I need another thriller, and I kind of want to change up the topic or the kind of the style of thrillers that I'm reading so I don't get bored. This one is about, oh man, if I'm trying to remember, I think it's about a girl who disappeared or died or something. They found her body, and then like a new girl shows up in town like right after, and she looks identical to the dead girl. I can't really remember much about it. It has to do with the mystery of that. It's a YA mystery thriller. It sounded really good. Like I said, it was one of my most anticipated reads of the year it came out, either 2020 or 2021. I cannot remember, but I am excited to get this one on the list. Rule number 8 is a 2. 1, 2. That is our Mr. DNA card. And we have a friend pick. Yay, I was really hoping I would get this one. I'm really excited for this friend pick. Rule number 7, we got a Mr. TBR card. I'm so excited to like get the cards in my first roll. I was so worried that I would just be rolling non-card like spots, and this one I'm super stoked for. So this is friend pick, and the person I'm choosing to pick my book this month is Rachel from Book Boop. She is amazing. I think we are going to be like oh my gosh, book to besties. There we go, because we seriously have the same exact taste in books. It's crazy. We like the same books. We have kind of the same, I don't know, we both really like the same books, and we kind of have the same thought processes about the same books that we read. So I'm super excited to get her to choose my book for me, and I will go ahead and insert the screenshot or whatever that she sends me of the book, and while I'm waiting, I'm going to go ahead and continue the game, so you will see a future clip of me in a second speaking about the book that she chose. Okay, so I heard back from Rachel. Here is the screenshot of her telling me what book she chose. I basically gave her my entire own TBR plus books I have checked out from the library, and she picked from there, and she picked A Good Girl's Guide to Murder. I know she seriously loves this book. This is by Holly Jackson. She's been talking about this book for a long time and like raving about it really. So she's like, you have to read it. So I'm excited. I've been wanting to read it for a long time. I got this, yeah, book of the month in February of 2020. I was gonna pick it up then, but I heard that there is a trigger warning for pet death in this, and my dog had only passed away a few months earlier. It was very sudden, unexpected, very traumatizing, and that is my my one and only trigger. So I was like, yeah, I'm not picking up this book. But I think I'm to the point now where I am healed enough that I can handle it, especially since I know it's here. It's not going to be jarring or surprising to me. I know what's in this book. So yeah, I'm going to be reading this book, and this is basically about a girl who, so there was a murder in her town where I think it was like, I don't know if it was a friend. A pretty unpopular high school senior, Addie Bell, was murdered by her boyfriend, who then killed himself. Pip, who is the main character, she doesn't necessarily believe that he is guilty, and so she is using her senior project to basically try and solve the murder and prove once and for all whether or not he actually killed her and killed himself. And basically that's what this book is about. It's more of a YA mystery of kind of her, you know, like following all the clues and trying to figure it out. And I just think it's going to be so much fun because I am obsessed with true crime. I'm obsessed with detective stories. I love mystery stories. And this just sounds fascinating and totally sounds like something that like I may have done in high school for my senior project if like I was in the same situation where someone I had known or whatever was killed and questioned about it. Like, it was totally something that I would do. So yeah, I'm super excited to read this, and I'll finally be able to talk to Rachel about it because I know that she's been wanting me to read this for a while. So thank you, Rachel, for picking out my book. All right, next roll is a 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, we got another Mr. DNA card, or Mr. TBR card. Excuse me, I don't even know the name of my own game. All right, so we have random Goodreads number generator. This is the Red-Headed Reader's TBR game. Roll number 8, I got another Mr. TBR card. And this one is random Goodreads number generator. This is the Red-Headed Reader's game, TBR game. So basically what I'm going to do is just for the next book, I'm going to go to my Goodreads account, pick a random number, and find whatever number, like, so my Goodreads to be read shelf or want to read shelf, whatever it is. Find out how many books are on there, put that in the random number generator, and pick whatever book it lands on. So I'm going to go ahead and insert a clip here of me doing that. Okay, so I have my Goodreads to be read list pulled up. I have 3,210 books on here. So I know that seems beyond excessive, but here's the thing. I have a lot of nonfiction on here that aren't necessarily like reading. There's even some like cool like encyclopedias and stuff. I have coloring books, cookbooks, kids books, books that I'm interested in to give to other people. Put it on here just so I know I can have it for later. So I don't necessarily want to read, or the book itself might not be like a physical novel that I can read in this list. So there's a lot of books in here. The other thing is, so I don't have like money to go buy books right now. So if I don't physically own the book, or I cannot check it out from the library within the month, or like find it on Scribd or any of those other like audiobook places, I will have to look for a different book. So I might be here a while. I'm hoping that the first book I pick is the book that I can read, but we shall see. So I have a random number generator. I put in from 1 to 3,210, and let's go ahead and generate it and see what number we get. 1,506. All right, let me go find that. Okay, so we have 1501. So 1501, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Alone in the Light by M.K. Williams. Let's see what this book is. This is a paranormal fantasy. Anne Rice and J.K. Rowling's worlds collide in this exhilarating and page-turning contemporary fantasy novel. Enter the Phoenix Chronicles universe today and prepare yourself for an action-packed fantasy thriller with earth-shaking mystery and apocalyptic dangers packed with mystical wonders, vampires, werewolves, wizards, demons, and gods. The story will captivate you and want you leaving more. I have to check and see if I can find this at my library or on Scribd or any of those kind of things. And if I can, I will come back and let you know. So I found the book. As I was saying, I have a ton of books on there that like are not really books that I necessarily read. There's a lot of books on there that I'm just interested in. And the book it chose for me was Alone in the Night by M.K. Williams. This one sounds interesting. It's like a paranormal fantasy, I think, or is it urban fantasy, paranormal? I don't know. It has to do with paranormal. It has vampires and werewolves, and I love that kind of stuff. I am excited to read this. I'm going to have to read it on my Kindle account because like I said, I don't have the money to go out and buy the books. Unfortunately, I would love to be able to just go out and purchase it, but I can't do that. I can't find it at the library. I can't find it anywhere on Audible. Well, I think it's on Audible, but I don't have a subscription to Audible, so I can't afford that. So I found it on Kindle Unlimited. I'm going to read it there. I normally don't read ebooks just because I don't own a Kindle. I read them on my phone, and it's a little difficult for me to do that. So I'm hoping I'll be able to kind of get through this. We'll see. It sounds fascinating. So I'm hoping that because it sounds like a good, interesting read, that I'll be able to keep up with it and finish it out this month. And what'll be hopefully our last roll. So as the rule states, I have to roll a 1, 2, 3 to get to the end. If I do not roll a 3, I have to go back as many spaces as was on the dice, and then roll again, and then just as many as it takes to get to the end. So let's see. And it's a 6. Oh, geez. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that's another thriller. Yeah. So that was fun. So close to the end, and I get sent back 6 spots. And of course I landed on another thriller. Like, what the heck? I guess it's June is the month for thrillers. It's a good thing that I really like thrillers. So the book I'm choosing to read for this prompt is The Night Shift by Alec Finlay. I think that's his name. I will put it up. Well, obviously you have the picture here, but I think it's Alex Finlay. And this one, all I know about this one is it has to do with Blockbuster in the 90s. And I think it's like murder or teens were murdered there. And then it happens again like years later or something. I don't know exactly, but this is another one of those books that I had like on my radar. I've been wanting to read it for a while. I've been hearing good things about it. So I'm excited to finally get to this one. So now I can just roll until I get to the end of the game. And we got a 6 again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, which is a Mr. DNA card. Ooh, Villainous Prompt TBR. This is Steph's Bookish World's TBR game. So I'm going to be taking one of the prompts from her June TBR game. Okay, and what is hopefully our last prompt of the game, we shall see, is another Mr. DNA card. And this one was, Villainous TBR prompt, and this is Steph's Bookish World's TBR game that she plays. So basically what I'm going to do is go watch her video, and I will pick one of her prompts, and whatever prompt I choose, I will find a book to fit that. Okay, so a little bit of a hiccup here. I went to her channel, and it's saying there are no content on her channel. I don't know what the heck's going on with that. I don't know if maybe she got hacked, there's some kind of bug, or if she's just not doing booktube anymore, which I don't know why she wouldn't. That would be kind of really sad actually, because I really love her stuff. I sent her a message on Instagram. I haven't heard back yet, so when I hear back, you know, hopefully I can figure out what's going on with that, and if she does end up posting that video, I will go ahead and do it then. But because of right now, just to finish the game so that I can get this video up to you guys, because it's already a couple days into the month, I went ahead and just drew another card, and the hope is, again, like, she'll get back to me soon. Hopefully we can figure out what's going on with her channel. If I hear from her before this video goes live, I will put a clip of me picking the prompt here. If I don't, unfortunately, I'm just gonna have to go with this other card, and then if I hear from her sometime within the month, I will try and make it so that I'll probably maybe vlog it or something, that book. So I hope you're okay, Steph. I hope nothing's going on. Really sad if she quit booktube, because she's awesome. So yeah, I really hope everything's okay. But the next prompt that I chose, I just put another card off the top to replace that one. So I got another Mr. DNA card, and that is most anticipated. So I have a list of, the most anticipated releases. I have quite a few of them actually. There are quite a few of good books that are coming out this year, and I pre-ordered a couple of them. So one of the pre-orders is the book that I'm choosing, and that's The Agathas, and this is by Kathleen Glasgow and Liz Lawson. So this is, like, I'm telling you, it's kind of a mystery, like a murder mystery thriller type of month. This is a YA murder mystery type of book. I love Agatha Christie, and so if you see, like, the name is The Agathas, so I was like, when I saw this, I was like, say no more, I need this book in my life. Basically what this is about is, it says, welcome to Castle Cove, a town cursed with missing girls, bad boyfriends, family secrets, and some very steep cliffs. I guess this girl disappeared and came back to town, but like, she came back but has no memory or won't talk about what happened to her. Alice is the main character in this book, and she is a Agatha Christie fanatic. She has all of her books, she's read all of her books, and so she feels that she can try and figure out the mystery, find out what's going on by taking what she has learned from Agatha Christie's books and applying it to basically her situation. So that just sounds fascinating to me, super fun. Like I said, I love true crime. I love stories where you kind of have like a sleuth, like a person just in town, like a non-professional, like trying to figure out the murder mystery or whatever is going on. Plus this cover is totally giving me super summer vibes. So I'm really excited to get this on the list. Like I said, I don't know if I'm going to be using this prompt or if Steph will get back to me anytime soon, and hopefully I'll be able to use her prompt. So I'm going to try and get to this book. I think I'm going to hold this off probably till the end of the month, just in case I hear from Steph. If I'm able to read all my other books plus the book from Steph, if she gets back to me, then I will try to read this. If she doesn't get back to me, obviously, then this is the one that I will read. Like I said, I will try to vlog it. If I hear from her, if I don't hear from her, then at my next round I will do a wrap up of what I read and I will explain to you guys there. So make sure you subscribe to this channel so you figure out out whether or not I ended up reading this book or if I ever heard from Steph, and I really hope I do, because I was really sad to see that, and I hope it's just a bug or something. Like, I really hope she's okay. Hi guys, editing me here. So I spoke to Steph and she said she's taking a break from YouTube for a while. I guess there is some stuff that's been happening in her personal life, and she is also in a huge reading slump. So she's just taking some time away, but she assured me that she's good, everything's good. It's just some personal stuff going on. So that's good to hear. I'm glad she's okay. And I will be reading the Agathas, like I said, for most anticipated. And hopefully next month she'll be back. So I wish you luck, Steph, and I hope you come back soon. But as for me, I'm reading the Agathas. All right, and what is hopefully our last roll of the game. 3. 1, 2, 3. Yes, we made it out. Okay, that's it. I finished my game. First round of Jurassic TBR complete. Thank you guys so much for watching. I had a blast with this. I had a blast making it, a blast playing it, trying to figure out the books that I'm going to be reading. I'm sorry that the board is super janky. It just is what it is. Like I said, my dog pretty much helped me create this, so it's got some issues. And hopefully I'll be able to kind of, you know, get it fixed up a little bit by next month, but we'll see. So let me scoot my camera back so you guys can see the full board again. There we go. Can we see the whole thing? All right, thank you guys so much for watching. I am so excited. Oh, I'm so excited. Like, I've been wanting to do this for so long, like I said. So thank you for watching. Please make sure to give it a thumbs up if you enjoyed this video. Make sure to subscribe, like I said, so you can see future rounds. I'm going to be doing this every single month, hopefully from here on out until forever. I don't know. Yeah, look forward to round 2 in July. And stay tuned to my channel, because I will be trying to read these books and let you guys know what I think of them and how I feel of them. Plus, I have some other fun videos coming up soon. So thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you in my next video. Bye, guys!